Hey there, fools. Mizzah Tee here.
What's up, gamers and collectors? DGC back with another video, and today I'm on the Mizzah Tee Show. What an honor it is to be on the Mizzah Tee Show. I'm literally his 30th subscriber. I subscribed so many years ago. He was actually one of the inspirations for me to even start my own channel, so it's very, very humbling to be on his channel, for him to have invited me here.
I don't feel right. Oh, hey foos. Sorry about that, but kind of wanted to do this video today in my human form. This is a special video, doing a collaboration today with a friend of mine, DatGameCollector DGC. As he said, he's been a long-time subscriber of mine, and I really appreciate his comments. We've kind of been going back and forth on Twitter. We wanted to kind of collaborate. I suggested it, and so here we are. So this video is going to be a kind of top 5 most expensive games in our collection. Thank you guys for watching, so let's go ahead and get into this.
So today we're taking a look at our top 5 rarest games. Alright, so the first one here is Outrun Coast to Coast 2006 for the original Xbox. Picked this up, fairly decent price. Definitely right before it kind of went on a little bit of a crazy hike. It's actually on a downward spiral right now. If you do want to grab it, definitely recommend it. So basically this is the version that has all the DLC that they had on the Xbox. You can also get this on the PSP and the PS2. However, the Xbox and the PC, the Xbox console-wise is going to be the best looking one, so definitely the best one to grab. However, the PSP and PS2 ones are far cheaper than the Xbox one. Alright T, what's your first pick?
Well, my first pick is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Special Edition. I think it's called the Limited Edition. Comes with the cool symphony orchestra soundtrack, as well as the gold Wii remote. One of my favorite games on the Wii, no doubt. Love the art style. One of my favorite Zelda games of all time.
Right on, that's a good one, man. Alright, so my number 2 pick here is something that has a really funny story to it, or at least it's funny to me. This is Fire Emblem Fates Special Edition. So this goes for quite a bit of money now. Obviously we didn't know that at the time. I pre-ordered this for 80 bucks at Best Buy with the GCU, so I ended up paying like 72 bucks for it. You can't necessarily tell on the camera. I'll try to get some close-ups of this. This came in a bubble mailer, and not even like a big one. Like I'm talking like a legit, they shoved this bitch into a tiny bubble mailer. So needless to say, I was very pissed off, called them, and I actually got this completely for free. Still yet to have beaten this entirely. I want to do that this year in 2018, but this is my number 2. What you got for us, T?
My number 2 is from one of my all-time favorite consoles, the Sega Saturn, and that is Street Fighter Collection. Capcom sometime last year released a Street Fighter Collection. It has pretty much every game that's on here, plus more throughout the history, because obviously this came out in the mid-90s. So it has games on here as well as games that came out after this one. So one of the best versions of all these games, because the Sega Saturn was really good at emulating 2D fighters. Just arcade ports were really good on the Sega Saturn. That's one of the main reasons it's one of my favorite consoles of all time. Yeah, this is a really, really good game. It's rare. It's a little bit expensive. I'm gonna say it's over $100. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what, because it varies, obviously. And you know, when you do these types of videos, that just raises. Seems like it raises the price of these retro games a little bit more because of the rarity of them. So, but yeah, Street Fighter Collection, amazing.
Cool, cool. Alright, so my number 3 here is from a limited company. This is a PS4 shoot 'em up. This was their first one, I believe. Oh no, this was their second release. So this is strictly limited games out there in Germany. This is Griffin Knight Epic. They only made 999 of these, so it's rare in the sense that there weren't many produced. This is a really awesome shoot 'em up. So it's kind of got like a 32-bit art style to it. And you ride on a griffin and you're a knight. Pretty self-explanatory. You fight all sorts of gnarly looking bosses. There's like, pretty sure there was like a panda bear, or maybe it was a black bear, I can't remember. But you know, you just fight all sorts of different knights on different animals, mythical animals and that kind of stuff. And very beautiful game. Definitely recommend downloading this one. It's relatively cheap actually, so definitely check that one out. What you got for us, Mizzah Tee?
3 is kind of a cheat because it's 2 games. And my number 3 is Xenoblade Chronicles X, the special edition, limited edition, whatever it's called. This came with a really cool art book as well as soundtrack, but it was on a USB, kind of a cool USB dongle thing that looks like one of the escape pods or whatever that is on in the game. So it's shaped like that, and you plug it into your laptop or your computer or whatever, and you'll be able to play those tracks. It's the only way you can play them. You can't like download them or anything, so keep that in mind. But this is a really nice bundle here with the beautiful art book and all that good stuff. So definitely check that out. And like I said, I'm cheating. And also my number 3 is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Special Edition. It also comes with a really nice art book, soundtrack, and all that good stuff. And it also comes with a, what do they call those? It comes with like a tin case, aluminum case, special. But the only thing I don't like about it, at least for the North American version, is that you don't get like a regular case. You only get the special edition case, which kind of sucks. But again, over the century mark as far as the cost for today, but definitely worth it for us collectors.
All right, guys. So my number 4 pick is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Master Edition. So I want to say that this was $100 when this came out. Surprisingly, again, ordered it from Best Buy. Got the GCU discount. Very excited to get it the day of the launch of the Switch. So I think this was $100, and I guess I got it for $82 or $85, whatever 20% off would be. And very grateful to have this. Super cool piece. The flower of mine actually busted off within, when I did my Switch collection video, actually, literally like while I was recording it, I picked it up and it busted off. So not the best build quality. Is this cool to own? Yes. Do I kind of wish I just got the special edition instead of the master one? Kind of, because this takes up a lot of room, and every time I touch it I feel like I'm damaging the box, and I just don't even want to touch it, frankly. But it is definitely cool, and this is my number 4 pick for my rarest thing in my collection.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I have to say, if this was a contest, you'd be spanking me. You're definitely a collector. So my number 2 is another Sega Saturn game, and that is In the Hunt. In the Hunt is a really cool kind of submarine side-scrolling shooter. Beautiful graphics on this game, top-notch control. It's a really rare game. Like I said, this is over $100. You can find the Japanese version for cheaper than that, and that is the case for a lot of Sega Saturn games. The Japanese versions are always cheaper, mainly because Sega Saturn did really well in Japan. It did a lot better than it did in North America, and so therefore a lot of the games that came out for it were not rare. They sold really well, so there's a lot that are out there in circulation, a lot more certainly than what we got in the North American market, and so that's why the games are usually cheaper on the Sega Saturn. So if you're collecting and you just want to play the games and they're playable, like there's not too much Japanese text or anything like that, it's not like an RPG, then I would recommend getting the Japanese version for some of the games. Some of the games are reasonable, but some of the more higher quality games that came out are a little bit more expensive, and you can do better by getting yourself an action replay, and that's about $25 or something like that, and getting the Japanese version of the game. So just keep that in mind if you want to just play the games, not necessarily collect them. So what is your number 1, DGC? I am really interested to know.
So typically on my channel, whenever I do some kind of collection thing, I usually save the best thing for the last. So this is the best pickup I've ever had in my life. Technically it's an internet pickup off of eBay, but still a pickup nonetheless. The guy lived actually 2 cities away from me, even though he didn't want to meet up, and I was like, dude, we can meet up because this is a massive package. And he's like, no, it's cool, I'll send it. Free shipping. Paid $250 for this, new in box, and I have an unboxing on the channel. It is called Steel Battalion Unboxing, and that gives it away. This is pretty heavy because it's actually in here. So I actually paid $250 for Steel Battalion in the Christmas of 2016 into 2017 is when I got it. I bought it Christmas Eve, and then I got it in like January, the first week of 2017, I believe. Really happy to have this. As a kid, this was the thing that I wanted most. This came out in 2003, so I would have been 13. I remember drooling over this in magazines, thinking I would never own it. Now I do, but now I have a full-time job and make videos on occasion, and now I don't even have time to play it, unfortunately. So I've only truthfully busted this out maybe 4 or 5 times to play it, but when I do, it's a very special, nostalgic moment that like I finally achieved getting the thing that I wanted in my collection the most. And But man, is this thing heavy and a pain in the ass to set up and a pain in the ass to put back in the box nicely. But it is oh so sweet. What's your last game, Mizzah Tee?
Wow, that's really cool. I've always wanted Steel Battalion. Just the price was never just right at the time that I was looking for it. And you said $250 on that, and that's about what it costs regularly. So, you know, that's not even including shipping. You got a pretty good deal with the shipping thing there. So that is cool. I definitely want that in my collection. It's one of the things I definitely want, and I will get along with Panzer Dragoon Saga is one of those games I want. I'm gonna get. I mean, I have the Japanese version, but it's an RPG, so it's all Japanese, so it's hard to follow. But yeah, Steel Battalion is definitely a game I want for my OG Xbox. So awesome, lucky for you. And for my number one, you're gonna go have to watch DGC's version of this video on his channel. Like I said, this is a collaboration. I'm doing this for, you know, myself, but also for DatGameCollector. Like he said, he's been a long time subscriber of mine, and I really appreciate that and his support. And to support him, I want to get you guys to go over to his channel if you want to see my number one game in my collection. Yeah, if you want to see my number one, go over to his channel. Definitely subscribe. Please subscribe to him. And thank you again, DGC, for doing this. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, fools.